The latest Nashville recording artist to join us in the Honky Tonk Time Machine on K103 is Wade Hayes. Wade had some huge hits, Old Enough to Know Better, Don't Stop, The Day That She Left Tulsa in a Chevy, and several others. Wade, welcome to the Honky Tonk Time Machine, and thanks so much for coming on.
It is my pleasure, Glenn. Thank you for having me.
First and foremost, the nation, really the world's going through this whole coronavirus crisis right now. Everybody is stopping their touring, staying home as they should. How has that kind of affected you? Have you had to change some things around?
Oh, gosh, yeah. We have definitely lost a bunch of dates, as all of my friends have. And it's, we're all sitting, scratching our heads wondering what in the world is going to happen next. And, of course, here in the Nashville area, which I live east of Nashville, I have a little farm out here. And we just had some serious tornadoes come through here.
Yeah.
And it really, really tore. I mean, they hit right next to my house. I see a lot of neighbors that don't have a place to go shelter in place, they safer at home kind of thing that they're saying on, the whatever catchphrase they're putting on it. And I'm sincerely worried about them. And I think that we've got it bad losing all this work and stuff. But then I look over at my neighbor who doesn't have a home anymore, and it's just, my heart is broken for him. These are definitely trying times, and it's unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, that's crazy. The folks in Nashville have been hit twice right there in a row, the tornadoes and now this.
My friend, they pulled FEMA out of here and everything, so these poor people that are homeless they're just in a pickle. And it's an awful thing, and my heart sincerely is broken for these people. I don't know what in the world they're going to do.
Yeah, hard to self-quarantine when you don't have a home to quarantine yourself into. So you said you're living outside of Nashville right now then?
Yeah.
All right. So outside of all that, what's new in the life of Wade Hayes?
Man, I'm always trying to write a new song, and I've got, I mess around with houses. I've got houses that I buy and work on. And I grew up doing that with my dad, and it helps me kind of keep my noggin on straight to do work, manual work, and give the mental stuff a break for a while. So I mess around with that, and we are trying to get this other farm kind of running. I'm wanting to get some cows out there and do my whole, that's the way I grew up, country boy type thing. And everything is really good. I've gotten married. I just celebrated a 1-year anniversary in January.
Oh, congrats.
And things are they're good with the exception of the things we mentioned at the top of the interview. Health-wise, I feel good. Everything is good, and I thank God every day for the blessings.
Now, we're hoping that the bad stuff is going to pass sooner rather than later. But
It will, my friend.
Good to know that other than that, though, things are going well for you. And I understand you have an album out that's relatively recent as well.
Yeah. Had an album come out the tail end of last year called Who Saved Who. And it's, every couple of years I go through my notebooks and pick out the songs I think that suck the least and record them. And so, and it's fun. I always look forward to that time every couple of years to get to record, and I always enjoy it. I love playing new music, and I love getting out on the road and playing new songs and seeing which ones people like. And it's a real blessing to get to do this for a living still. And I'm very thankful. It's not lost on me. I know that I have a pretty good job, and I'm very, very thankful to get to do it.
Definitely, and a ton of adoring fans that allow you to keep doing that job.
Oh, that's a fact, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that that the folks still want to hear the music, and they still invite me to come to their state. I go all over the place. We were actually scheduled to go to Europe this year, and that just went away because of this stupid coronavirus. So, who knows what's going to happen? But getting back to me being thankful, I truly am. I'm a lucky guy.
So I guess it was about the mid 90s. I was telling you before we came on, my brother turned me on to your music, so I can thank him for that. He's my older brother. And I've loved your music ever since. And my memory is not as good as it used to be, but I want to say it was like 95 maybe.
Yeah, my first number one was 1995. It was in February of 1995, and it was Old Enough to Know Better.
And that was on the Old Enough to Know Better album.
Yeah.
I think I read this, that you actually got your start as Johnny Lee's guitar player. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, Johnny Lee and I are still friends. He still texts me a dirty joke every couple of weeks. That dude is a stinker, man. But he has got one of the biggest hearts in the music industry. He was really, really good to me. And watched out, I was a hayseed when I moved to Nashville. I mean, country boy, I didn't know anything about anything. And he watched out for me and really kept me out of some stuff that could have been, really detrimental to my career. A guy was trying to get me to sign a management contract with him, and he fired me. And Johnny kind of watched out for me and fixed all of that. And he's a good, good-hearted guy. And he actually, that's kind of how the song "Old Enough to Know Better" got written. I was. I've mentioned earlier I grew up building houses with my dad. And when I moved to Nashville, naturally I got a job doing that. And I also kind of simultaneously got a job playing guitar for Johnny at the same time. And so Johnny would want to stay up all night picking. He'd get wound up. And we would play till early in the morning. And I still had to be at work at 7 o'clock, So there were a lot of mornings it was hard to make that. But that's kind of where the idea of Old Enough, the whole song came from.
That's really cool. You wrote that with Chick Raines.
Yeah.
And the music video to that song, interestingly enough, I think it shows you building houses. So that was like real life there.
Yeah, that was my real nail bag, my real hammer, that I used for many, many years. And actually, you mentioned Chick Raines. He's the guy that kind of helped me get everything started. He was like a dad to me when I moved to Nashville, and I was due to be inducted into the Oklahoma Country Music Hall of Fame this coming weekend.
Well, congrats again.
The coronavirus thing strikes again, and that is postponed indefinitely. We don't know when we're going to get to do that again, but Chick was instrumental in getting all of that going for me, and was a great guy.
What a talent. I know he helped you write a couple other songs as well. I think he wrote on Don't Stop and I'm Still Dancing With You. He's helped write songs for Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Mickey Gilley, Charlie Daniels.
Oh, he wrote a ton of great songs. He was an incredible lyricist. He really taught me how to write a song and, the importance of the second verse. And there's a lot to it, a lot to think about, and if you do it and or take it seriously, it's one of the most difficult things I've ever attempted in my life is to write a song.
So that was your biggest hit, Old Enough to Know Better. But my favorite song of yours is The Day That She Left Tulsa.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the song that my brother turned me on to that got me interested in your music. I was pretty young when that song came out, but I didn't even know at the time. I guess I didn't listen closely enough. The line where it says she's going to show by Christmas time, it didn't dawn on me that it meant that she was pregnant. And later on in life, when I found that out, it blew my mind and added another layer to the song that I didn't even know existed. Makes it that much better.
Yeah, isn't that brilliant? A guy named Steve Diamond wrote that song, and I just thought the lyrics were brilliant to that song. There were a couple of lines in that song that just were very conversational and just intelligent, and that's hard to do, man. It's hard to slip that hot stuff, that sharp, intelligent stuff into a song and make it musically hooky. And it's a big deal to write one like that. So
to quote David Allan Coe, I guess, it's got everything in it that you would want in a country song, just about, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, it did. Yeah, I always say that, on when we do it live, it's got everything a country song should have. It's got your cheating and leaving, and there were pickup trucks in the video and some fornicating going on. Yeah, it's got it all.
Well, it was a really good song. I loved it, and
Thank you.
We're going to play it here tonight during the show. But